start.
Hear me?
Let's see. Agenda. This is the Wednesday, March 25th, 2026 meeting of the Brookline Planning Board. First item on our agenda is for comment on matters not on the agenda. Anyone on the board have anything not on our agenda that you want to bring up?
Hi, Carl, our meeting is started. It's ready. Thanks.
If not, any members of the public here? I don't actually see any members of the public. I think this is all the people who are in front of us with cases today. So we'll go with the first case. Cameron, are you going to be introducing?
Yep, I'll introduce the case. So the first one is 1046 Beacon Street, which is the Busy Bee, which is located in the L1 local business zoning district. The applicant is looking to replace the current sign insert panel with a new panel with a new design that fits the new branding and the renovated interior. The proposal would only replace the inside sign insert and would fit into the current sign cabinet and include all the lighting that is currently there. And I will pass it on to the board for any questions there for the applicant.
The applicant here?
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is just a backlit acrylic insert? Or
Correct.
is it actually backlit or is it not even backlit?
It's backlit.
Okay.
Not to interrupt the meeting, I have a group of people outside. It looks like the condo association has contracted them. I have no knowledge of this. They were making a bunch of noise outside. They're looking to renovate the facade of the entire property, not just mine, the entire strip. Because apparently it's, long overdue, the job that needs to be done. And I'm being told just now, to my knowledge, that the sign needs to be removed for an extended period of time, months long, because they need to work on this facade. They're going to put it in storage, from what I'm understanding. And then once the masonry work is done to the facade of the property, they're going to be then hiring their own sign company. He won't give me his phone number. I have no knowledge of what's going on. I was told from Chris Christakis, who's the owner of the property, that this will be done, but he never told me when. So now I'm being told that the signs for the entire strip are going to be removed so they can work on this facade. And I don't mean to deter from what this meeting is about, but I just wanted to give you that information.
Well, do you want us to actually approve something that's about to not be put forward?
No, I want you to approve of it. I just want to make you privy to that information if it changes anything for you guys on your end. No? All right. My apologies, so.
I have personally no problem with this. It's an existing sign. I don't love the fact that it's screwed into the masonry and they remove part of the cornice in order to accommodate it. But if they're going to do building repairs, maybe we'll see a different type that doesn't block the transom windows in the future. But for what this proposal is, I'm okay with it.
Can we see it?
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm looking on my own.
But that's all right. You can just do everything.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me share it.
We'll go have breakfast or something.
The image that I saw, it was
No,
skewed.
I'm disabled.
Oh, here. I can share my screen.
Yeah, the aspect ratio of the proposed, to Andrea's point, got modified, so it's half the width of what it probably was originally. If you look at the existing sign, it's the same photo. Somehow the digital manipulation to add the panel, they changed the aspect ratio.
Okay, but it is the same size, as they state.
Same size.
Yeah, it fits in that beige rectangular box.
Breakfast. Bread.
Okay, you're gonna make
Say that again?
There was some back
Oh, okay.
conversation.
Well, and they may need to have some temporary signage, in the windows or something. I don't know how this is going to proceed with the construction, or even if there was need be a review by us for the renovation of this building. But
If they're changing the signage, obviously, yeah, the landlord will come back at some point with the overall approach. But for this, I think we approve it. Whether
Yeah.
or not they do the work and spend the money is entirely up to the owner. Blair, do you have any comments on this?
No, I'm good.
I'm
So
glad to
I-
hear they're gonna do the building repairs because you can see there's some damage above the sign.
Yes.
This is also part of the town that's likely to get upzoned, right? So it's a one-story building.
Correct.
Surprised what happens when they're allowed to do 4 stories. All right, let me go to my staff report with the conditions. All right, I'll make the motion. Planning board approves the sign plans by Stratus, subject to the following conditions, and there are 2. The first is prior to the issuance of a building permit, the applicant shall submit final plans for the facade sign, including all dimensions, letter heights, context of the sign on the wall panel, and materials, subject to the review and approval of the Director of Regulatory Planning. And condition 2, lighting shall be controlled by a rheostat and limited to the operating hours. Do I have a second?
Second,
Thank you, Linda. Roll call vote, Linda,
yes.
Andrea,
Yes,
Blair,
Yes.
and chair votes yes. So you have it approved.
Thank you.
We will,
Thank you to everyone.
Yep.
Appreciate it. I hope to have you guys over once I'm open.
Awesome.
Thanks so much. Bye bye.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye. All right, Cameron, what do we have next?
Yep, so the next case is 824, 826 Boylston Street. This is a 3-story office building that has a shared parking lot that serves 2 buildings. The applicant is proposing to install new slated wood screening at the second floor of all 4 elevations of 824 Boylston Street to enhance building performance, reduce excessive solar glare into the interior, and provide a more attractive facade. The new slats will attach to the existing building's external structure, adding additional steel structural support where required. A majority of the east elevation includes a new entry canopy and the same slatted wood screening. On the east and west corners of the building facade facing Boylston Street, illuminated address numbers will be attached to the wood slats. The numbers will be laser cut, powder coated steel, or aluminum with low LED backlighting for nighttime visibility. And I will pass it off to the applicant and the board for questions. And I'll share it.
I think Fred, I think this is yours, and then is Kyle your architect?
Yes,
Yes.
Kyle is the architect. I am not the architect. The concern that I raised with Kyle and he answered. We have just the right number of parking spaces for a medical office building, and I was concerned about a ramp on the side that they're putting in for ADA, but he confirmed that it has nothing to do with the parking. We're not losing any spaces, so for whatever we have now is good. Obviously, this is a major upgrade to the building in terms of its looks. It's an old style building. I think years ago we did the windows in the building next door. This obviously has basically the same frame of this is just the outside, and they've done an amazing job of cleaning up this building. It's taken, Kyle, what has this taken? About 5 months?
Oh, I mean, is my mic working? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you.
like when I logged on, I think it wasn't connected properly. Yeah, I mean, the process it's been going on for a bit, but yeah, looking forward to moving it forward.
So we've seen this case before. I was just looking in the materials posted on the agenda center for this meeting. There were a series of comments that you responded to, or I think you're going to respond to. Could you just maybe use that as a quick reference and tell us what you did in response to each comment?
Yeah, I think,
Keep it, and again, this is just for the facade and the sign parking ramp, nothing to do with our approval. We only have 2 items we're looking at, the facade cladding and the signage, which I think is just numbers.
Yeah. A couple of clarifications. I think at one point we were looking at the like a powder coated steel. I think now the numbers would be like a stainless steel bent channel with an acrylic front, illuminated through the front, but some sort of diffuse acrylic. So that is in there. The dimensions, I think there's a question about just clarifying the dimensions of the numbering, because we had different renderings that showed it larger, but this rendering we're looking at now is the current, where each number is, itself is about 24 inches high. The thickness is about 1.2 inches deep. And then the width varies slightly depending on the character, but they're around 16 inches wide. I think there's a question in there as well about the existing canopy. I think it wasn't clear, but we are removing the existing canopy.
Yeah, that was on the left-hand side as we look
Yeah.
at the building. Yeah, they want to take that down. They never wanted that.
Uh,
And if you could just clarify, is it wood or the
Yes.
terracotta?
It's wood. It's
Okay.
thermally modified wood.
So will it color fast or will it fade over time?
It will fade over time.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes, I mean, the estimates vary, but it'll probably take a year or two before it loses its color and goes to a sort of a grayish, the gray tone.
I almost wish the renderings were the gray tone because that's what we're going to see for 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The warm tones are nice, but they're not going to be there. I'm just looking at your elevations. Do you actually have the signs dimensioned on the elevations? Not the renderings, but the 2D drawings that would be part of the building permit submission?
With the numbering, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it's in not the full building elevations. I think there's another sheet. I think it's 451, if you're looking at it, is enlarged elevations, which have more descriptions for the numbering itself.
8'10". Page 6 of 7 on the
Yep.
abbreviated set.
Yeah, we have 6'10"
6'10".
is, yeah, roughly the entirety of the sign.
Cameron, does it fit within we don't need to make an exception here. It is compliant with the signed allowable size.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm fine with the numbers.
Yeah,
Me
I am
too.
as well. I mean, ultimately, you'll need a sign submittal, showing the cast LED letters. So you're showing position and scale, but the actual how it's attached, how it's powered, whether the conduit or if they're just leads, how they're concealed.
Lighting levels, color, temperature.
So at some point for the building permit, you'll need a sign vendor to provide the fabrication and installation drawings for the sign, since that's one of the two things we're approving. But otherwise, it's a nice project. I don't have any issues. Linda, how about you?
I'm good.
Blair?
I'm good.
All right, we'll keep this one short and sweet. Second. I will make the motion. Let's see. Planning board approves the proposed alterations to this building and the installation of exterior wood screens. And let's see. And the addition of backlit corner address numbers. Let's see. Therefore, sorry, I'm reading two different things. Planning board approves the proposed sign and facade plans subject to the following conditions, and there are two. Prior to issuance of a building permit, the applicant shall submit the final facade and signage plan subject to the review and approval of the assistant director of regulatory planning or a designee. And number two, a rheostat shall be installed to dim the lights after business hours. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Andrea. Roll call, Andrea,
Yes.
Blair,
Aye.
Linda,
Hi.
and the chair votes aye. So you have approval.
You.
Thank you.
Blair, you get to do the next one.
Yes.
All right. So the last application for today is 392 Harvard Street, which will be Wonder. The applicant is proposing to remove 6 goosehead lamps and build out the facade above the door to add a larger facade sign. The sign would be internally lit with a green background and white lettering spelling Wonder in the center. The remaining goosehead lamps and flat section of the facade above the windows shall be painted green to match the facade sign. And the applicant is proposing to add vinyl signs on some of the windows in white lettering, showing Wonder the Cravings Expert on the front double door, and the address number on the transom window, and a menu and a no pets allowed sign on windows besides that door. This applicant is going into both currently existing storefronts that are in that building. So both sides of that building will go to the same, will both be under Wonder. This application was first filed with us back in January, but at that time they had installed interior walls covering the windows, which the planning department determined was not permitted under Article 11 for the Harvard Street form-based review, which this is subject to. Since then, the applicant has been working with the planning staff to revise the design, and the current proposal removes the interior walls and complies with the Harvard Street form-based zone standards. And I'll pass it on to the applicant and to the board.
Hi, everyone. Dave Winchester, thanks for having me here. Cameron, would it make sense for me to just share my screen and talk through this? Okay.
I will give you permission.
All right, thanks.
All right, you're all set.
All
By the way,
right.
I've been getting ads on Instagram or Facebook or one of those, so it must know that it's coming to Brookline.
Yes, well, they're coming all over the place. I think we're somewhere around 15 or 20 total so far that we've installed across Massachusetts. It's a really novel concept, but so let's see. Overall, this is what the final design is going to look like. The goose headlights will be painted green. These areas here are currently existing, and they're just painting those green as an accent. And then overall sign right here above the entrance. As you mentioned, Wonder is going to be taking over the entire space with this sign. It'll be an aluminum panel with standard channel letters, face lit, spelling the word Wonder. And the vinyl graphics that we discussed, their Wonder logo on the door with their menu options. And here's a slightly bigger. For the graphics, it's just going to be white text, and then the rest of it's transparent. And that's my general overview. So does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Go ahead, Andrea.
Just a question on the menu sign.
Yes.
What happens if it changes? I don't understand how this works.
Well, so this menu isn't a full menu. It's really just kind of a broad generalization of their options. But these here are partners, the recipes that they've partnered with across the country. So I don't imagine that they'll change very much, but if they do, it would probably just be a one-for-one type change.
Scrape off the vinyl, reapply a new vinyl.
Exactly. But the style would still look the same. This is the same menu that we've installed across the other ones as well. And the like I said, it's kind of general where it's just steakhouse and it's, Bobby Flay's steaks. And then inside the restaurant, there's a full menu of the options that you can get that are in line with that.
Is this a sit-down restaurant?
It's a combination. Here, let me show you the floor plan. Not every Wonder location has the option for sit down. So this is, you can order out and pick up. You can order in there, or you can order out and come and dine, pick up your food and dine there as well.
So all these other storefronts are just prep spaces?
So if you can see here from the second column on is back kitchen. So from, let's see, I show you. So all of this is back of house kitchen space.
Wow.
And I know there was some discussion about what we're going to do about these windows. I don't think we're looking to try and cover that topic today, because I understand there's limitations to obscuring windows in that area. right now we're hoping to just move forward with the Wonder and then maybe address the windows at a second
So I
meeting.
have a couple more questions now that we're looking at
Absolutely.
the sign. Is there lighting for this sign? Like, do you remove the goosenecks? And
Yeah, so
then,
these,
yep,
I'm sorry, these
no,
signs
go
will be
ahead.
just standard channel letters, face lit, so they'll have LED sign, LED lights inside, and they'll be dimmable, and they'll also be on a timer.
So my opinion is the signage is too big. I was looking at your branding and some of the other stores, like the one in Belmont is a much bigger building and a wider street and has smaller letters. And this seems out of scale for the neighborhood for that strip of that commercial strip there.
I think that's a really good point, Andrea. I mean, certainly if the purpose of the sign is visibility as well as branding it, I agree with you. I think it's a bit too tall. I don't mind the width of the sign panel, but I think it should come down a bit.
Well, I'm relative to that, I'm looking at a Google Street View of the existing condition. So where you're removing the goosenecks, right, there's currently goosenecks and then a recess and then what looks like a box that the signage would typically be attached to. But the goosenecks are in a different plane. And there's a pilaster between them. So how are you anticipating navigating all of that in your
It would
proposal?
go over. It would be proud of the pilasters. It would.
Yeah, so you guys are all bringing up a lot of great questions and design challenges that we faced. So first, to address the size, originally the idea was that we were just going to utilize this space, but due to the store frontage and the overall size of the Wonder restaurant, this sign, just putting a sign right there was relatively small for the space. And then if I remember right, and I could be wrong here, but I think originally we were thinking about making 2 signs, but this is because this is a back of house door, that didn't make sense. So then the option that we came up with was to go across 2. And in order to do that, see, I thought I had a top-down view. Yeah, right here is our top-down view when we were talking about how we were going to make it bigger than this, but also still maintain a correct aspect ratio. And the design that we came up with that was just to do a gray box. A green box across the 2 panels. So I don't think I addressed all your concerns, but that's how we ended up where we're at right now.
So the plan section, the thing that says planted entry facade, isn't showing the box that goes in front of the pilaster. That must be a section in another location.
Correct. Yes. I don't have where it is, but it's essentially a section across the existing. It doesn't actually show the new panel.
Yeah, but
this is how the new panel would be attached to the building.
But it has to stick out more than 2 inches just to clear the pilaster, doesn't it?
It doesn't. So it sticks out 2 inches, but only on either side of the pilaster, so that it will leave a gap. We've already taken all the measurements to make sure that we can fit it and keep it as close to the building so that it doesn't protrude so much. Does that make sense? So
I just feel like you're using the length of the building as an excuse to make the sign bigger, and it's not really within the scale of the street.
Well, to play devil's advocate, the Genki Ya logo on their adjacent awning, I'm looking again at a street view, it's as big, if not bigger, than what they're proposing the scale of theirs to be. It's just their Genki Ya is on a awning, not on a panel sign.
I'm also wondering whether, if we did ask them to reduce, and had the Wonder over the door, and then you have the green in those, infilling those recesses all along, maybe a blade sign or something could add to, because there's a lot of pedestrian traffic along this sidewalk. I don't think you're going to be obscure. I think people will see you quite clearly, and I'm just wondering whether that might also help to focus on the entry door.
Again, devil's advocate, Blair, I think the goal is advertising to the people driving by. That's why these awnings that you see adjacent are
Yeah,
so
no, I
large.
understand.
Those are the landmarks. You got the pedestrian, they have to walk by it. It's the people driving by that might not know you're there.
I'm not convinced of that, but point taken.
What are the size of the Wonder letters?
I'm sorry, 1 second. I'm Google driving around that area trying to see what the other signs look like. The Wonder letters themselves are 27 3/4.
Yeah, that's my problem. As long as we don't destroy the underground pilaster, I don't mind that bridges these two bays. But the size of the letters to me just look more like appropriate for the highway. I don't think they even read very well when they're that big. I mean, normally we talk about 18. I don't know what that would look like, but 27 is kind of too big.
Keeping in mind the building on Linda's thought here, 18 is not small.
No, it
You
isn't.
know, your people are not going 40 miles an hour here. They're probably going 25. And to Matt's point about this is about drivers, I don't think there's going to be a problem finding this place, particularly if you had this green banding going across each of these bays. That's a lot of green. And I don't think there'll be a problem missing this.
Yeah. I know the one challenge that we're facing, and I completely respect the concern with the height of the letters, is that just trying to fill that green space, because like I said, when we made it just above the one section, then it gets too small. And now if I reduce the letters too much, there's so much green space around it. So without changing the facade in trying to build out around this, now we're faced with the challenge of almost having too much green space. If we even reduce the letters by a couple of inches, it becomes significantly shorter. And now I've got a tremendous amount of green space left and right that we're trying to fill.
I don't buy that, but nice try for me, but it's just huge. You know, those letters are quite large. And maybe part of the branding, maybe it should be Wonder Restaurants. I have no idea. I've never heard of this company, or it's spread across the world.
Would you like to see some other locations? I mean, I don't know that addresses the size, but
I can in the future, but I mean, I think we're dealing with this proposal right here. I'm going to be very interested to see what you're proposing for these, work areas, which take up, 3 bays. I don't think we've, except for, I guess, the existing location here, there was a catering place here, but they just, it's sort of built into to what you've bitten off here.
It's a nicely designed kitchen. It's not a problem to have it exposed. There's a Shake Shack here in the Seaport, and you see into their kitchen.
Yeah.
Well maintained. And it's actually kind of cool. Reinforces the fresh made quality. I'm curious if you were to, my assumption is that the height of the new panel is intended to cover where the goosenecks are being removed. You don't need to necessarily patch the facade, and you're reusing some of that electrical.
Right.
If the top of the green panel went just above where those J boxes are, And the bottom of the green panel, I know there's a weird change in, which is why I was asking about the section. The bottom of the panel aligned with the existing recess, the top of the recess just before the thing turns green again, right?
Mhm.
Can you scale the panel down so that proportionally a smaller letter still fills and feels proportionate to the reduced area of green? I'm like looking for a
So-
datum that you can tie it to, right? So right now you went all the way to the bottom
like
and
that
all the way to
idea.
the top, but could you
Yeah.
find a higher bottom and a lower top and then scale wonder down proportionally? There'll be a
I
little more
like that
green
idea.
there.
Okay. So are you thinking still go edge to edge with the green, or are you thinking we bring the edges of the green into proportionally and then reduce the overall height of the wonder?
It sort of depends, I guess, on how you need to support it, what you're fastening to.
Yeah, that I think I don't have any concerns about how we're supporting it because we'll find something solid behind it to attach to.
Yep.
And the sign itself will withhold the weight of itself and the letters on there. So
I mean, I think that the bottom edge of your box sign needs to extend to cover the bottom underside of that panel that projects out. So
right,
it
that's
looks like, and I don't want you to have to scribe a whole lot. That like sort of, I think, makes that a relatively clean thing. Therefore,
Right.
maybe holding it in at the sides keeps the box geometrically really simple, but
okay.
I don't know how do Linda and Blair, how do you feel about reducing it by that amount?
I
I'd
think
like
that,
I'd like to see what's happening. I mean, I'd like to see a rendering.
Okay.
Okay.
is
Okay.
this something we could approve subject to approval by the Assistant Director of Regulatory Planning, or do you want to see this back again?
Well, so here, I'll put it this way. So all four of us need to vote yes for that to happen. If Linda would like to see it again, I don't have a problem with asking for it to come back to us again. I think it'd be a relatively quick
I would
second.
like to see it again.
Okay. So my
Good.
recommendation would be that we just continue this. And Dave, if you don't mind just coming back with the revision, we can, I think, go through it fairly quickly.
And if he wants to, try what we suggest, but then also if he has something else that he came up with, I think
Yeah.
we'd be open to that too.
If you find a fatal flaw in the suggestion as you're doing it, and there's a need to come up with a plan C, that's okay.
Yeah.
Also, the one thing that there are 3 members of our board who aren't here today, so there may be new
Might be new
opinions,
questions next
but
time.
we'll try to manage the expectation. We gave a direction that we're interested in evaluating, and then if for whatever reason no one likes it, then we'll talk further. But if we can get at least the 4 of us to approve the revision, that should keep it relatively straightforward.
Absolutely. Okay. So it sounds to me like we're looking to reduce the overall size of the green panel to just the top to bottom, and then reduce the overall height of the Wonder text. It sounds like does 25% sound like a good number? So bringing it from, say the 27 inches down to maybe 20, 21 inches.
Yep, sounded better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
again,
Yeah.
bring it, just do it graphically as a proportional change and then see what you get and then round up or round down if it's an odd number. But I mean, the amount
Okay.
of green you have above and below, assuming that that's something you try to maintain relative to letter height, you know.
Yeah, the amount of green above and below isn't necessarily the thing. I think what we were trying to do is eliminate the amount of green on the outsides of the letters.
Yeah.
But I do feel I do see what you're saying, Linda, where it does feel a little bit crowded. It's a little bit big for the space. So I bet it's going to look proportionally better if we reduce the letter height a little bit more than we reduce the green. So.
Okay.
Is that sound in line with what you were thinking, Linda?
I mean, I don't mind that the green extends to both sides,
Yeah.
I just, I think you've got some room to maneuver here, make it legible.
Okay. Just for my own notes, I'm sure I can look it up, but when would be the soonest that we'd be able to present to the board again?
Cameron, do you know when the next?
We
time
don't have a next morning meeting scheduled. I would say probably around maybe April 15th or April 8th, depending on what other applications come through.
Okay. So 4/8 or 4/15?
Yeah,
Okay.
Those both mornings? Sorry, I'm not
yeah,
looking.
those would both be morning Wednesday meetings.
Okay.
Is there an opening deadline that you're trying to beat?
As always, I feel like signage is the last one, but I'm pretty sure we're pretty close to done with the build out, and I don't know the store opening date that they're shooting for, but I know that this one's a high priority for them.
Is the window treatment or whatever you're doing for that set?
That's not set yet. They're willing to forego and leave those windows open for now until we can,
Okay. Okay.
meet everybody's expectations and needs.
Is there a precedent to sneak this in for an evening meeting?
I was gonna say,
We could do an evening meeting. It's not really a bylaw that we have to do sign cases in the morning, I don't believe.
Yeah.
I
It
can
should be
talk to
quick.
Ollie maybe about doing it next Thursday, because we don't have any Thursday applications for you guys for next Thursday. So we were just gonna cancel that meeting.
Oh.
Sorry to take that away, but we could do that. We could do that as well.
I'd be okay with that. It'd
I'd be all right. It'd be quick.
15 minutes on a Thursday evening. Our meeting's been running shorter anyway. I think that's okay.
Okay.
Dave, does that help if it's next Thursday?
Yes, every day counts for these types
Okay.
of projects. So absolutely. So anything that you guys need from us to present, we'll make sure that stuff's ready, and I'll
So-
go ahead and get these designs updated.
Well, hold
Right.
on. You said that's the 9th, but you had also offered the 8th as a morning meeting.
Well,
No,
there's-
next Thursday would
That's
be
the second.
the second.
Oh,
Thursday,
second.
second.
Sorry, I'm a week ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so if you don't mind, motion to continue. Do I have a second?
Second. Oh, Blair.
Thank you.
No, go ahead, Lynn.
Oh,
Andrea.
sorry. You have something you wanted to offer, Blair?
No, I
Okay.
was just gonna say aye to the continuance.
All right, so Andrea,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Blair,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. So we'll see you next Thursday.
Okay, thank you so much.
Cameron, I have a couple of minutes. I want to make sure I have on my schedule because
Yeah.
I'd gone on to the town's agenda page and this was not listed when I looked on it. And then I found out that we had a meeting this morning, so I canceled another meeting. Matt, you don't need to, I just wanted to go over what
All
the
right.
schedule
Well,
was.
it wouldn't be a bad thing for me to double check
No,
too.
me too.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, what are for the next month through April, what are the times you have?
Yeah.
For our meetings?
So what we have for April is going to be the 2nd with this case. April 2nd will come back. And then we'll have April 9th and April 16th are the warrant article meetings.
At 7
then-
p.m.
Yes, it's 7, not 7:30.
Mm.
And then I think that if the warrant articles go long, we're potentially doing one on 4/23, although we're trying to avoid that because I think that's vacation time.
I'll be out away.
Yeah. So I if they go long, we might have to do 4/23, but that's not set in stone, I don't believe.
Okay, thank you so much, appreciate it.
And
No worries.
just
All right.
one question. So I have the appointment for the 9th that I got through the agenda center. It has it starting at 7:30. That one will move to 7 o'clock start.
Yeah, so that one is a 7 o'clock start. It
Okay.
should say 7 o'clock on the website. The Zoom didn't update until yesterday, so
That's
you might
fine,
have to if you double check, it might.
That
reset.
I'll resubscribe to that appointment. So good.
Okay. So signage on the 15th of April?
Potentially, that signage we usually do based on how many sign applications we have, and so far we haven't gotten any new sign applications. We're all caught up now, so
Okay.
we might even do later if this one is going to go on 4/2.
All right, that's just let us know.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
All right.
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have a good day.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for
You too.
jumping on last minute. Appreciate it.